Hey guys, Julie here again. You're probably wondering why I have a blindfold over my face. Well, it was a dare by my brother. He said he'd give me $10 if I kept this blindfold over my face the whole day. So, $10, here I come. So yeah, I thought you guys would find that funny. I had to do a video log about this, because it's actually pretty fun. You guys should really try it, because, yeah, you should really try it, because it's kind of a test to see how well you know your house. But if you just moved into a new house, don't try it. It's not a very good idea. It's not advisable. You may run into walls, or doors, or immobile objects. So don't try it. What else have I got to say? There's not really much else to say. If I could find my harmonica. Found it. Come on. Yeah, there's nothing really to talk about. It's kind of awkward just sitting here, you know, with a blindfold on. Let's see. Probably should turn the radio on, but my radio's been acting stupid lately, and it won't work. So, well, oh, I probably already said this, but I finished that book, Carnival of Souls, and now I'm working on Portal Through Time, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer book. It was really good. Oh, I gotta tell you about this dream I had. It was so weird. Okay, so if you know me, you know I love Doctor Who. I also watch America's Got Talent. And if you know anything about Doctor Who, then you know what the Weeping Angels are. They are friggin' creepy. Like, they could be 50 yards away. You blink, and they're 20 yards away. That's how fast they are. They're so scary. Except when you're looking at them, they're stone. So basically, I'd be dead right now if I was in front of a Weeping Angel, because, yeah, you know what I mean. So, yeah. Weeping Angels. They're stone when you look at them. They're covering their face like this, because they can't risk looking at each other. If they do, they can be quantum locked, which sounds very nerdy. And trust me, it is. But, you know, it's a really, really good show. So, I had the weirdest dream. If you ever watch America's Got Talent, or if you have watched America's Got Talent the past few weeks, you know who the silhouettes are. And you know the little girls. Okay, so here's how the dream started out. I was in dance class. Well, earlier in the dream, the TARDIS had gotten stolen, and it had gotten shrunk. I don't know how you say that. But it had gotten shrunk by this little girl, and it was about 1 inch tall. Is that an inch? Yeah. It was about 1 inch tall. And for some reason it was like Angels 2.0 or something, because they could move when you were looking at them, except they were angels in disguise. They were in disguise as these little girls from the silhouettes. And, yeah, so I didn't get it. And my eye itches. That's annoying. So there were these little girls from the silhouettes, and the little girl had, like, taken the TARDIS, and she stuck it in her ponytail. And so I was in the dance class with these little girls from the silhouettes, and I saw it on a ponytail, and I like tackled this little girl for some reason. She was like 5 or something, and I like tackled her, and I took the TARDIS out of her pocket, or out of her ponytail, and I stuck it in my pocket. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So I walked out, and then these 3 little girls were like following me on their tricycles, and of course these little girls are weeping angels in disguise, apparently. So I look away, and then I look back, and they're like 20 feet closer than they were like 2 seconds ago, and they're still following me on their little tricycles. And so I put the TARDIS down, and let's see what happened next. Oh, I put the TARDIS down, and it got back to size. And David Tennant as the Doctor was in there, so that was amazing because the Doctor is amazing. He is gorgeous. Yes, he is. And David Tennant as the Doctor was there, and he was in the TARDIS, and we were both bent down like this because the TARDIS was too small. And when he explained it, it all sounded very sciencey and stuff. He's like, the size calibrator or something was thrown off when it got shrunk and whatever. So we were both bent down like this, and somehow I kept switching between being Rose and being myself. So, yeah. And so we were both bent down like this. And except he was going around and flipping stuff on the TARDIS like he always does, and you know what I mean if you ever watch Doctor Who, and he was just still flipping it like nothing was going on. But we were both bent down because it was so tiny. And, he explained it to me. And then the dream changed, and there were all these, like, raw chicken legs lined up beside me. I was in this cage, and there were these raw chicken legs lined up beside me, and apparently they were talking chicken legs. I had the weirdest dreams, yes. They were, like, talking chicken legs. And, like, they were like talking to me, and in front of each chicken leg there was no chicken written in front of it, like in a marker, and they were like, write it. So I wrote it on the board. And then apparently I was Carly from iCarly, and Sam was there, and she like let a python into the cage we were in, so I was like freaking out. And so I like climbed out of the cage, and at first it was in my shoes. I was like, get out! And I shook it out of my shoe, and I climbed out of the cage. And I started running, and for some reason I had to follow this path. And, I mean, there was grass on either side of the path, so I couldn't run either way, but I was following his path, and so was Sam for some reason. And she's chasing me, and all of a sudden I hear my, fine, but I want my pancakes back! So I like take the pancakes, I don't even know where these pancakes came from. I like take these pancakes out of my pocket, and I like throw it at her behind me. And, but she's still chasing me. And I don't know why, but then the dream changed again. And I got into like this huge fist fight with Matt Smith as the Doctor, the 11th Doctor. And I had one heck of an uppercut though. Good God. I had more strength than I knew. I got this huge fist fight with him, and I was like, I knocked him out. And I like, except he was a weeping angel in disguise. Somehow, don't ask me how. So I'm like dragging him like this. And I go into my grandma's bedroom. What? That makes no sense. And I'm like, where's the Doctor? And they're like, and it was my grandpa, my aunt, and my grandma all in the bedroom. And they're like, I don't know. Or no, they said, no, I dragged him into the bedroom. I'm like, I'm holding him like this because he's unconscious. And I'm like, where's the Doctor? It's like, he's right there. I'm like, it's not him. And it was all very confusing. So, yeah. I had a very confusing dream the night after that, too. And it was a combination of Warehouse 13, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Doctor Who. And it was very confusing. So, yeah, I don't even remember what it was about, but it was all very confusing. It was an awesome dream at the time, but it was very confusing when I woke up. Like, you ever know that feeling? Like, you're in a dream, and it's like the awesomest dream ever, and then you wake up and you can't explain it. You can't explain it, and like, you go to tell somebody about it, and you can't. I know, it's, like, really annoying. But, so yeah, that's really all I have to say. I've probably been talking for like 10 minutes now, but I can't get up and look. So, okay, that's all. Hey, let me find the camera. There we go. Okay, so bye.